So if we look at these two, basically the left-hand one now here, Andrew, is the before, the right-hand one is your after, okay? Setup-wise, pretty much the same, is absolutely fine, okay? As we took the golf club away, this club was going back nicely, pointing towards the camera, and the same in this case, pointing towards the camera. So both positions here now fairly similar, okay? Nothing to write home about, okay? From here now, the club went very steep and sort of straight up. Your body there's not really moving. That's more of a lift with the arms. Whereas this one, we did turn the body. A bit more leg movement there. The difference in terms of your hands there from your head there, a bit further away. The club now is more over your right shoulder rather sort of so close to your head there in terms of taking away. Yeah, exactly. The back, you've done very well. So this now is up here, whereas this one is kind of there. The club's very close there, and the club's up there. So that's made quite a big transformation. Now, because you're swinging flatter, as I said, the ground now is just a different position relative to what you're used to. So this one here now, when you come down, the transition now at this point, that club, for the most part, is almost vertical, yeah? Wait till we watch this one here now with a better body turn. As you start coming that down, there we go. That club now is more towards the golf ball, yeah? Yeah. So the angle now is working flatter, which is great.
This is at the base of my head, and that was on my shoulder.
Yeah, much to your right shoulder, which is great. So the club, so from here now, what you would then do is you'd swing down that line, and see the hand and the club now stay on that blue line all the way. Now, because the angle's a lot further away from what you're used to, the ground just isn't where you're used to being, so therefore you hit the ground a little bit sort of high with the club on the golf ball. Now, as we swing through it, this isn't too bad. Look at your right leg and the right, so you get to about here. Now watch your right hip from here now. Kind of stops there. There's not really much movement kind of with that. Turn there and then stop. And you that bracing and sort of squatting down with the knee there. And if we sort of zoom out, you can see your right foot starts turning nicely and then whoop, stops. Now the top half keeps turning, but the bottom half kind of stays there. Now, again, with that yellow line being so steep, your club still works down that yellow line as we can see. As you're at the golf ball here now, again, you were used to that strike, club very, very steep, but look at that foot movement compared to that. So we're starting to get more, okay? Could obviously be a lot more, but I think with a bit of practice with that movement, with the left hip twisting out the way, or the left foot pushing back off the ground, getting that lower half moving better, taking the pressure off the back, because your shoulders, as you can see, and you can also see the creases in your shirt there, I say, your shoulders are sort of rotated around there, but your hips are kind of more in that direction, yeah? I'd want to see when you fully rotate this way. If I can see your left and right shoulder, I want to see your sort of your left butt cheek basically as you come around fully. Yeah, this left hip sort of twisted out the way further, rather than staying there and not moving as much at all. Now that's going to create for me a more healthier finish position. So your spine would be more kind of this way. So looking down the finish position around you at me, rather than being kind of this way, full shoulder turn and the hips kind of here, you're going to be that way. So my spine now is more vertical. Both cheeks there and the hips have now fully rotated, or fuller rotation through the golf ball, yeah? What you will find though in golf, there are three type of changes, okay? 3.5, shall we say. You've got static changes where you change your setup, your grip, your feet position, all these. They can be done quite quickly. We've got backswing changes or movement changes, okay? Which can be done quicker-ish. And then we've got impact changes where you're working on it flat out, and that's more instinctive. So the backswing change is more about feel, yeah? Getting the club working a bit more behind you, get your body turning better. You can do that. You've seen that with just a few of these swings here now. I've got a selection of 3 or 4 different swings you've made where your club gets behind here so much better. That can be done fairly quickly. 3 or 4 swings, you kind of got it. The biggest change for a lot of people is more the instinctive change, and therefore the mental changes when you come down here. What are you going to do when you come down to here again? Where's the ground in relation to you? Okay, as that club is coming, that's good into there. It's now pushing off that left leg, so that left leg strains, the hip starts going backwards as you start twisting around that pivot point. Now you can certainly turn more than that, we've seen that, okay? But when you were making that move initially, you weren't really sure how your hips and body were going to actually rotate in the first place. No. It will take a little bit of practice. As we said,
I'm not into any rhythm at the moment.
Exactly, and that's why the swing was a bit, you said a couple of times that swing got too fast. What's happening is the body's putting the brakes on quite quickly, and the clubs are swinging. Exactly. And yeah, exactly. Again, haven't played for a long, long time. So between now and the next sort of session, sort of 4 or 5 weeks time, if we can encourage you making this movement with the club on your left foot that we said about when you're brushing your teeth, just stood there, they've got a straight up posture and just
swing in the
twisting.
back garden with that.
You could do in the back garden, yeah, you can exactly. But we can do with the ball thing, or you can put a mat on the ground, just make some swings.
If I've got that, then I think and I just concentrate on making these move.
Yeah, get them moving better. Yeah. What I would suggest as well, when you're in the back garden, if you can get some kind of like videoing device, probably your phone or something, film your swing, sort of face on down. And when I email this through to you this afternoon anyway now, or tomorrow morning sometime, email me some of your practice swings at home so I can see how you're getting on. Because I don't want you sort of going down the practice ground or in your back garden making some swings going, actually there, Andrew, you're going to do more damage doing that. So please keep in contact between now and your next session. So don't sort of just disappear and I'll see you back in about 5 minutes and go, what am I doing now?
Well,
My back's in agony kind of thing. Yeah,
I'm driving down to...
It's...
I'm catching the train down to Southampton tomorrow.
Okay.
To pick up a car for my wife.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah,
So if you get a chance to do some swings, I mean, and again, I wouldn't do it a lot. I would do it little and often.
Yeah.
So the best thing for me is I see a lot of guys when they're watching golf on TV on the weekend, maybe they're watching on the Sky. There's usually about an advert every 20 minutes. So when the adverts come on, jump in the back garden for a minute or two and just make a few swings for a couple of minutes. And then when you come back in, just do it that sort of little and often. Say, doing it for half an hour constantly, you'll do more damage. They're going, I'm worn out now, and you'll start sweating and getting tired. And when you get tired, the movement would
change completely.
The movement when you're tired is not going to be as efficient. Okay, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, perfect.
Excellent, good stuff.